Hello, we shall start the PYQ for BPSC. The chapter is like 1857 and the revolt of 1857. The first question is Sindh was captured and annexed by Napier. Sindh was ruled by Baluchi chiefs, collectively known as Amirs of Sindh. The Baluchis were defeated by Napier. So you have to remember Napier in the Battle of Miani that took place on 17th February 1854. In 1809, during the times of Lord Minto, the Treaty of Eternal Friendship was signed with Sindh. Nicholas Smith was the Indian delegate to Sindh. The Treaty of was renewed in 1820. The famous Battle of Wandiwash in 1760 was fought by the British against whom? So it was against the French. And what happened? The Battle of Wandiwash in Tamil Nadu in 1760 was fought between British and the French. The British won the battle. The French army was led by Comte de Lille. Sir Eric Wood was commanded by the British army, and the British won. Commander-in-chief of the English forces during the Buxar War was Munro. The Battle of Buxar was fought between the forces under the command of the British East India Company led by Hector Munro and the combined armies by Mir Qasim Nawab of Bengal till 1763, Sujauddaulah, the Nawab of Awadh, and the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. Which of the following places was famous as the capital of Tipu Sultan? This was Srirangapatnam. Srirangapatnam was famous as the capital of Tipu Sultan. Who was Tipu Sultan? Tipu Sultan was the son of Hyder Ali and ruled Mysore from 1782 to 1799. Tipu Sultan maintained good relations with the French in India. He modernized his army on European lines and combined them with traditional methods. Question number 25. Which Maratha Peshwa accepted the subsidiary alliance for the first time? It was Bajirao II. Bajirao II was the first Maratha Peshwa to accept the subsidiary alliance. Who was appointed as Deputy Diwan of the Bihar region after the Battle of Plassey? Raja Shitab Roy. Raja Shitab Roy was appointed Deputy Diwan of Bihar region after the Battle of Plassey, while Muhammad Raza Khan was appointed at Murshidabad by East India Company to collect a revenue. Battle of Plassey के बारे में it was fought on 23rd June 1757. So पहले Battle of Plassey हुआ था, फिर Battle of Buxar हुआ था. In this battle, the troops of the British East India Company, led by Robert Clive, came up against the forces of Sirajuddaula, the last Nawab of Bengal, and his French allies, who used Hooghly. The Portuguese used Hooghly as the base of piracy in the Bay of Bengal. 28. The system under which the peasant himself owns the land and is responsible for the payment of land revenue to the government is known as Rayatwari. So the Rayatwari was devised by Captain Alexander Reed and Sir Thomas Munro. So Rayat, in this system, individual cultivator called a Rayat had full rights regarding the sale, transfer, and leasing of the land. The Rayats could not be evicted from the land as long as they paid rent. Now, what is Mahalwari? So, the Mahalwari system was introduced in 1822 by Holt Mackenzie and Robert Mertens Bird. It was introduced in the central province. In this system, the land was divided into mahals. Each mahal comprised of one or more villages. The village headman or the village committee was assigned the responsibility to collect taxes. The third is permanent. The zamindari or the permanent settlement was introduced by Cornwallis in 1793. through the Permanent Settlement Act. It was introduced in the province of Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, and Varanasi. It comprised 19% of British India. Defined date, the revenue must be deposited by Zamindari, hence it is called the Sunset Law. Zamindar were recognized as the owners of the lands. The London men belong to the ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी. तो इसमें तीन है ना. वन इज द रैयतवारी, फिर है महलवारी, फिर है परमानेंट. तो परमानेंट तुम लोग को याद रखना ना, वी आर फ्रॉम बिहार, बिहार का परमानेंट. महल वाला महल के साइड, लाइक ये वाला सेंट्रल प्रोविंस आगरा, और रैयतवारी में साउथ. याद कर लेना साउथ. क्वेश्चन नंबर 29. हु इंट्रोड्यूस्ड द महलवारी? तो इट वाज हॉल्ट मैकेंजी. Rayadwari system was initially introduced in Rayatwari अभी बताया था मैंने ना. It was in south, so it is Tamil Nadu. Which of the following destroyed the peasant right over the land cultivated by them? Permanent settlement. Who was the ruler of India when the English East India Company was formed? It was Akbar. The East India Company was established in 16 during the reign of Mughal Emperor Akbar. English East India Company, it was incorporated by Royal Charter on December 31, 1600. It was formed to get involved in the East Indian spice trade, which had a monopoly of Spain and Portugal. EIC mainly traded in cotton, indigo dye, silk, salt, pepper, opium, and tea. Where did Jhansi ki Rani Lakshmibai died? So she died in Gwalior in 18th June 1858. Rai Lakshmibai died in Gwalior in the place known as Kotaki Sarai by fighting her last battle against the British. Captain Hugh Groves called Rani of Jhansi the most dangerous of all Indian leaders. Which of the following person had participated actively in the revolt of 1857? So there were a lot of from this. Nana Sahib B, Begum Hazrat Mahal B, Maulvi Abdullah B. 35. Question number. Where did the revolution of 1857 started? So it started in Meerut. In March 1857, where did Mangal Pandey start the revolt? So it started in Barakpur. Which of the following was not a reason for making the sepoys of the East India Company rebellious? The inefficiency of the officers. Who among the following betrayed rebels in 1857? Vishwanath Dubey. Vishwanath Dubey betrayed rebels in 1857. Thakur Vishwanath Sahdev was Jagirdar of Barkhagar state under the Maharaja of Chota Nagpur, while Pandey Ganpat Rai was Diwan of Maharaja Chota Nagpur. Both of them joined hands to fight the British rule despite opposition by Maharaja of Chota Nagpur, who sided with the British government under the 1857 revolt. Question number 39. Who among the following did not rebel against the British East India Company control over them? So the Nizam of Hyderabad did not rebel. Where all except Nizam of Hyderabad revolted against the British India Company control over them. Raja of Vijayanagaram, he revolted against the British. Ye Nizam supported. Who among the following was associated as secretary with Hindu Female School, which later came to be known as Bethune Female School? Ishwar Chandra Vidya Sagar. Now we shall test our knowledge. So, Hindu Widows Remarriage Act was passed in which year? So, it was passed in 1856. In which year land law society was established in India? 1838. Who among the following is known to have escaped to the jungles of central India and continued to fight a guerrilla war against the Britishers during the 1857 revolt? Tatya Tope. Arrange the following states in chronological order in which they were annexed under the doctrine of lapse: Satara, Jaipur, Sambalpur, and Udaipur. This system was initiated in northwest frontier and central province, and the land revenue was collected from the farmers by village headmen on behalf of the whole village. The system was revised by Holt Mackenzie. So the यहाँ पे भी हम लोग अभी पढ़े थे कि Holt Mackenzie, it was for Mahalavari system. Now the next question is, a pre-congress शुरू है, तो we'll continue this in the next video. Thank you. Hello, we shall start the PYQ for BPSC.